This week on the Digital Marketing Scoop, we're talking about the tools you need to help manage your digital marketing campaigns. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the Digital Marketing Scoop. So this week we're going to be chatting about some of the tools we use here at Click to help manage digital marketing campaigns. Everything from kind of the overall project management to things kind of specific to content creation and SEO. So I'm going to kick off with probably one of the most important ones, which is a tool called Asana. And basically, that is something that everyone at Click lives in basically every day. Asana is like an overall project management tool. So anytime if Pamela wants me to do something, I want Pamela to do something, we put the task in there and assign it to each other. That task can then fit under, either a client's name or a project name that's on at the time. We also use it to build out, like if there's different stages in projects, that they can get checked off as we go along. So it's a hugely important tool. And I know a lot of smaller projects people might manage with kind of email back and forth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this Asana is absolutely brilliant for managing projects on a longer term, and you can set up for all your certain tasks to be recurring if they have to be done every month.
Yeah, so handy because I'd forget, like if it wasn't coming up every, Friday, oh, do this, okay. It's a real good reminder for yourself, and definitely like, talking between teams, emails can get lost so quickly, and it's really handy just to have like, under the client heading, this is what you do, Pamela, this is what you do, Christian, or whoever.
Yeah.
No, it's really clear and it's really handy, and I'd never seen it actually before I started with Click, so it's a really good one.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there's probably lots of different ones out there. So that just happens to be the one we use here. But very important, I think, when you're managing projects, to be able to kind of centralize all the information around the project, and it keeps everybody on track. Everybody should know, okay, here's what I need to do for this client. Here's what somebody else in the team is doing for this client, so that it all keeps it kind of nice and clear and as organized as is possible.
Yeah, and if a client calls and you have no idea about what is going on, but you can kind of see in Asana, oh yeah, that's happening, or that kind of way. So it kind of gives you a bit of a backup as well. Say if someone was off, oh, I'll just check there. Yeah, they're going to work on that Thursday, or do that kind of way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like if a task has been assigned to somebody, see, oh, it's not marked complete yet, but they have a due date on it for 2 days' time. So exactly. So it's a nice way to be able to keep people in the loop.
The next one is my favorite tool ever. It's literally living it every day, Facebook Creator Studio. Funny, actually, I was doing a course with Shan Horn recently, and loads of people didn't know about Facebook Creator Studio. And I was like, oh, guys, it's going to make your life so much easier. Like you can just schedule. So it's a scheduling tool for Facebook and Instagram posts, for anyone who doesn't know about it. Such a handy tool. It has like the proper formats as well, so you can schedule IGTVs, have the the nice cover photo, like it has really good functionality that no other kind of scheduling tool has, and because it's owned by Facebook, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're managing, even if you're just managing one or two profiles, but if you're managing, multiple profiles, it makes things so much easier.
Yeah.
And there are third-party ones, like as you say, Hootsuite and
Hootsuite,
all these other
or
third-party
Buffer,
ones.
yeah.
But Facebook Creator, if you're just managing, like Facebook and Instagram, then it's absolutely brilliant. As you say, it's what we call it native integration. So as you say, it's built by Facebook, so it just works. So, oh yeah, highly recommend it if you're managing a couple of different profiles. Have a look at Facebook Creator Studio. It's going to make your life an awful lot easier.
Yeah, it's just so nice because you can just schedule everything out. If you have all the content ready, you can just schedule everything out and not have to worry. Then you're like, okay, that's going to be posted out for the next week or two, and it's just way handier. I don't know how people organic post every day still. It's like, whoa.
And in terms then of creating your content, then we have a few tools we use for that as well.
Yeah.
So I suppose one that is used an awful lot is Canva.
Yeah. I love, love, love Canva. Now, I know some graphic designers will cringe at this part, but like it's just so handy. Even like, you know, we have a graphic designer and he'll send me stuff and then I might put something on top of it in Canva and it'll still look slick. So, yeah, no, it's a really, really handy one. It has so many elements that you can add, like even, you know, the iPhone element. I'm always using that one. It's really handy and really quick. Do you know, if you need something really quick and, you know, our graphic designer is busy, you could just throw this together
Put
really quickly on
together.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Another one kind of in that space is Place It.
Yeah. So we'd make there's loads of like mock-ups and stuff. I'd use it mostly for Instagram stories. So there's all these animated kind of, you can put in a few pictures and it makes like an animated story, or else then you can use it for Instagram ads as well. So it's really, really handy one, definitely.
And then for video, I think a really handy tool, because I think video editing can be a bit daunting for people.
Yeah.
But Veed.io is the website. I think we've been using it for a couple of years now at this stage.
Yeah, so
Really,
handy.
yeah. I mean, it's a very, very clever tool. You know, you want to edit your video, you want, you know, to create subtitles for it, all
Yeah.
that kind of type of video work. Veed.io is a really handy tool to make that an awful lot easier.
Yeah, it can, you can edit in any aspect ratio as well, which is really, really handy. You know, if you want to do it for an IGTV or then you want to do it in Square, you can just change the project aspect ratio. So super handy. And then, as you were saying, the subtitles is brilliant. That
Yeah.
subtitles tool it picks it up really clearly because you can select different, you know, languages. You can even select like different English accents and
They
stuff.
don't have the
So
Cork accent in there yet, though. So
no.
we have to start a petition for that.
But they get it. They get kind of, you know, they understand us definitely if you speak clearly. And then there's, you know, there's things like the progress bar or sound waves. You know, we'll use a lot of that for a
Yeah,
podcast. They're just cool little elements and that you can add into the shot as well. So it's cool.
yeah, yeah. Really nice tool for kind of creating and editing your video content for social.
Mm,
Um, there's two more on our list here. First one is Unbounce.
yeah.
Unbounce is something I can't tell you how long we've been using it. It's basically, if you want, one way I love to use it is if a client comes to us and we look at their website and we know this is not going to convert people into customers.
Yeah.
So rather than have to start off with a new web development project for the client, we can create what's called a landing page. So Unbound is a piece of software that allows us to create landing pages, an individual page, really quickly, and to start split testing it. So to send half the traffic to one version of it, half the traffic to another, and calculate which one leads to more sales or which one leads to more leads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful tool again. So if you're building out a marketing campaign, let's just say in Facebook ads, and you're sending that traffic somewhere. So let's say it's going to a website, and for whatever reason, the traffic's hitting the website, but it's not turning into leads or it's not turning into sales. A tool like Unbounce might be very helpful to you there, because you can create a landing page that's much more designed to convert
Specific.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And it
Yeah.
can be specific around your ad campaign as well, whereas your website content might be very generic.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you can create a very specific landing page that's, you know, it's designed, it's laid out in a way to convert people from the browser into a customer.
Mm.
And obviously you can take that knowledge then, if you're doing your website down the line, and implement some of that onto the website.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Unbounce is a really nice, quick way to be able to create landing pages and test them in your marketing campaigns, because, you know, it's all well and good to have these beautiful posts, these great content, amazing targeting in your ad campaigns, but
Yeah.
then you're sending that traffic to a place where they're not actually converting.
Yeah, exactly.
So just hugely, hugely important, and Unbounce is a really nice tool to be able to test those landing pages and create them.
And I find it very interesting going in and seeing like which one's winning, because like you could literally change like the color of a button and then one would be doing so much better than the other and you're laughing, then you're like, it's just a color, but it's so interesting. So definitely for split testing, it's amazing for that, because like you literally don't know until you test.
Yeah.
So I really like it.
And last one on the list, Moz. So this is for all the SEO heads out there. Moz, again, we use every day. If you want to know, you know, where you're ranking within Google. You want to produce some really nice reports for clients about where they're ranking. You want to know the technical issues that are affecting your website. There are loads and loads and loads of SEO tools out there. And we use a few, but Moz is one we've always used. It's a really simple and clear way to be able to show progress on the work you're doing for clients as well.
Yeah.
So if you're working in-house in an agency, or you're working in a marketing department and you've been given an SEO project, you need to be able to show results.
Yeah.
Moz is a great way, establish that benchmark. Okay, here's where we rank now. Over the months doing your SEO work, it's tracking your rankings the whole way. It's showing the technical issues you've been fixing the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice way to be able to measure and benchmark your search engine optimization results over time.
Yeah, and you can actually add your competitors to see how they're doing. So you can have a look at how they're getting on and compete with them, and it kind of
have a sneak peek.
kind of gets you motivated. Then you're like, no, I have to beat them.
Brilliant. So I hope you found this week's episode helpful. There's lots of tools there. If you've got tools you'd like to use, please let us know. We'd love to hear your feedback on the tools that you love to use, the ones that you find helpful. So that's been this week's episode of the Digital Marketing Scoop.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of the Digital Marketing Scoop. If you haven't subscribed yet, please search the Digital Marketing Scoop at any of your favorite podcast platforms and subscribe. And if you'd like to follow us on LinkedIn or Instagram, just search for Click Media and Marketing. That's CLIQ Media and Marketing, and we'd love for you to follow us.